There you are. How's it going? Excellent. Well, before I get started with anything, the first and proper thing that I must do is introduce myself. My name is Brett Wilson. For all of my friends within Davidson County, and even beyond, I'm known as Mr. B, and I work on the Puppet Truck. The Nashville Public Library has had an 80-plus year commitment to storytelling through the puppetry arts. And unfortunately, during the shutdown, we're not able to bring our shows to your location. Now, I can't think of anything better to do than with this time at home than to show you the very thing that we talk about on the Puppet Truck, and that is creating a show of your very, very own. Over the next 5 or 6 weeks, I'm going to demonstrate to you the different steps that's necessary in order to create a puppet show. Starting with selecting the appropriate story, editing it for recording, finding the character and the voice, creating the puppets and scenery, rehearsing, and then the final production. Now, in order for all of this to happen, with my library card, I've got to find a book. All right, success. I found a story. I have to tell you, there were a few things that I had to think about in order to make my selection. On the Puppet Truck, most of our shows are anywhere between 25, 30 minutes in length. And for the sake of this series, I didn't want to find something that long, a story that was 45, 50, 60 pages. I really want to talk about each segment as we go along, and if I found something that long, it would take forever and ever and ever to put it together. So my goal for this particular puppet show is to find something that was anywhere between 7 and 9 minutes in length. Now, that's the first thing I had to think about, is how long did I want my puppet show to be? Because, of course, that's going to dictate the type of story that I pick. Something else I had to think about is the supplies. What do I have available at home? Fortunately, I have my very own miniature puppet stage. Now, as you can see, the performance window is really tiny. So I want to make sure in the story that I picked, I could fit everything in the story in this one really tiny window. And this also brings up another important thing to think about. As you can see, this is pretty much big enough for one person. Now, when you're at home working on your show, you might be able to get your brother, your sister, maybe even your parents, grandparents, whoever's in the house to help you in the performance of your show. Since it's me, my wife's on camera, hi hon, I have to pick a story that I can handle and handle by myself. Now, in handling a puppet show by myself, I also have to think about the characters. If I pick a show that has anywhere between 6, 7, 8 different characters, I don't think I'll be able to handle that because I only have 2 hands. So my target for this particular story has to be anywhere between 2 and 4 characters. Any more than that, it probably just won't work. And finally, and this is probably the most important thing, it's got to be a story that you love. It's got to be something that excites you, something that when you go to bed, you go to bed thinking about it. When you wake up in the morning, you just can't wait to work on. And fortunately enough, I was able to find something that made me smile and smile and smile when I read it, and I'm really excited to work on it. So, the story that I'm going to be focusing on for the next few weeks is this one right here, Tug of War. Now, I don't know if you've ever played Tug of War, but when I was a kid, we played Tug of War in elementary school, and I enjoyed it. I'm a big guy, I'll admit it. And you know what? I was always in the back because I could pull. And you know what? This story talks about the very thing. There are 3 characters in here. In this version, there's a hare, There's an elephant and a hippopotamus. Now, one of the fun things about writing and crafting your own story or editing a story is that you can put your own spin, your own artistic vision. You can make subtle changes to it, and I think that's what I might have to do. Now, this story's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, so I don't think they'll mind. But I will tell you, I'm not going to stray away from the moral, the theme of the story. Just a few things to make it my very own. Now, because this is brand new, I've got some work to do. I've got to read this, I've got to make some changes. The next time we're together, I'll be able to talk to you and show you the changes that I made and start working on creating the voices for our characters. That's another fun thing. When you edit or when you create a story, you kind of already hear the characters in your head. So you almost have an idea what they might sound like. Next time, I'm going to do some vocal warm-ups. I'm going to start working with some of the story, and I'll start bringing some of these lines to life with different voices, and I'll show you how I do it on the puppet truck. Now, if you want to learn more about what's going on at the library, feel free to go to the Nashville Public Library's website, visit us on Facebook, or look up the NPL universe. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff there. Until then, with my trusty library card, I'll see you next time. Bye.